Today we're going to cover 30 features leaked by insiders, data miners, and also found in the September 2022 leak of GTA 6 videos. So let's get straight into it. Each character in the game needs to sleep periodically. If you neglect this basic need, your character's health will slowly decrease, regeneration will slow down, and your view will gradually blur. In extreme cases, your character might even black out for a short period. This mechanic applies even during missions and gunfights, so it's crucial to keep your character well rested. And here's a fun fact: if you leave your character idle and they're poorly rested, they might just take a nap on their own, depending on the time of day. GTA 6 introduces a dynamic stress system. If your character is under stress, they'll find it harder to sleep, and in some cases, they might not be able to sleep at all. Various factors contribute to your character's stress levels, including gunfights, drug withdrawals, police attention, and work pressure. Each character reacts differently to stress, making the gameplay experience unique and immersive. Casinos are back, and this time you can gamble online. But beware, your character can become addicted to gambling, drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. Each substance has a different level of addictiveness. If your character becomes addicted, they'll experience withdrawal symptoms, increased stress levels, and health deterioration if they don't indulge. When you switch away from your character, they'll immediately seek out their addictions, often harming themselves physically and financially. Going further, get ready to groove to the beats of Dr. Dre. The legendary rapper and producer hosts his own in-game radio station, The Pharmacy. The station plays the entire 2001 album, along with a select number of other titles. Whether you're cruising down the streets of Vice City or engaged in a high-speed chase, Dr. Dre's music will be your constant companion. In GTA 6, you can live beyond your means thanks to the new credit card system. Players can apply for a credit card at a bank or online, allowing them to make purchases even if they don't have the funds available. But remember, there's no such thing as free money. If you make a purchase on credit, you have 7 days to pay it back with interest. Fail to do so, and the bank will send goons after you. If they manage to kill your character, you'll have to repay the full amount, along with your medical expenses. And the items you bought on credit, you'll lose them. If you still can't afford to repay, the cycle repeats, giving you another 7 days before the goons come knocking again. In the upcoming game, crime doesn't always pay. You can be sued and forced to pay compensation to the victims of your crimes or their family members, but it's not all one-sided. If you're the victim of a crime and the police catch the perpetrator, you can sue them for damages. This legal system makes your actions in the game world more consequential. Lucia, one of the characters in GTA 6, is a cop. She starts the game with a VCPD Buffalo as her patrol car, but be careful. If this car is destroyed, you'll need to buy another one from the department's budget. This fact was repeated by many insiders, but it's not confirmed if it will be in the final game. You're not alone in dealing with the chaos of Vice City. You can call the police, ambulance, fire service, and even the Coast Guards for help. Lucia, being a cop, can call for police backup, but she can also request assistance from Noose and FIB. However, be warned, the FIB will take credit for any crimes they assist in, and your VCPD department will not be rewarded. Calling Noose is expensive and should be reserved for the most serious situations. Cross a gang in GTA 6 and you'll feel the consequences. If you get into trouble with another gang, they might hunt you down, perform a drive-by, or initiate a shootout. And if you cross the mafia, they might send a highly skilled hitman after you. Not all money in GTA 6 comes from crime. Jason, another character in the game, can obtain a legitimate job. He can become a soldier, paramedic, delivery driver, or firefighter, among other roles. Each job comes with unique gameplay elements, providing a break from the usual criminal activities and adding depth to Jason's character. Whether you're saving lives as a paramedic or putting out fires as a firefighter, these jobs offer a different perspective on the world of GTA 6. Obviously, your characters aren't lone wolves. They can develop friendships and business relationships with other characters in the game. Some of these characters, like Jacob Hughes, play important roles in the story, but the social interactions aren't limited to key characters. Your characters can also befriend random civilians, which sounds really interesting. Ever wished you could take the music of GTA with you wherever you go? In GTA 6, you can. Your character can wear headphones to listen to radio stations on foot. Whether you're exploring the city or engaged in a mission, your favorite tunes will always be with you. Next thing, the television experience in the upcoming GTA is more immersive than ever before. Televisions now have schedules, and you can set alerts on your phone to remind you of upcoming shows. You can tune in to reality shows, comedy series, drama series, and even sporting events. Each series has multiple episodes that air according to a schedule. And here's the best part. Your actions in and out of missions affect the news broadcasts on radio and TV, making the game world feel alive and reactive. Each character in GTA 6 has their own sports preferences. Jason is a basketball fan and supports the Carcer City team. Lucia, on the other hand, is a football fan and a huge supporter of the Mambas. Lucia's late husband was a tennis fan, and she finds sentimental value in the sport. And also, every character in GTA 6 has a preferred weapon, and interestingly, each one prefers a pistol. The characters' lives are intertwined in interesting ways. For instance, Jason occasionally ends up in a cell at the VCPD station, and Lucia, who as I said before is a cop, has to release him. If you switch to Jason without releasing him first, he will be locked in the cell for a few minutes, and the character switch feature will be locked until Lucia comes to release him. Social media plays a significant role in GTA 6. Each character has their own Bleeder and Life Invader accounts, and they can interact with other characters in impressive detail. This feature allows players to dive deeper into the characters' lives and personalities. And something that was also a thing in other GTAs, but now it's taken to the next level. What happens in the game stays on your character. Paintballs, blood, and dirt will remain on your character's skin until you wash it off. The non-playable characters in GTA 6 are more interactive than ever before. Instead of the occasional one-liners and small talk of past titles, NPCs can now be overheard having full conversations. And when we talk about NPCs, it's worth noting that how your character dresses in GTA 6 can significantly affect how other characters perceive and interact with them. For example, if Jason wears a suit in a nice part of town, he might be treated with the utmost respect. However, if he's wearing worn sweatpants and a dirty shirt, those same people might assume he's there to steal and keep a close eye on him, or treat him with indifference. In GTA 6, characters have their own quirks and dislikes, making them feel more human and relatable. Take Lucia, for instance. She has a deep-seated hatred for Mondays. On this day, she's visibly more annoyed, and her dialogue changes to reflect her mood. This detail is mentioned multiple times throughout the story, adding a layer of depth to her character. It's a small detail, but it's these small details that make the characters in the upcoming game feel so real and relatable. So if you're playing as Lucia, remember to tread lightly on Mondays. The characters in GTA 6 have minds of their own. Occasionally, they might do things that align with their personalities without any input from the player. For example, if Lucia is investigating a house and a large dog comes charging at her, she might react on instinct and shoot the dog before the player has had time to process the situation and react. If your character has enough cash, they might also occasionally make purchases on their own. These aren't just the necessary purchases like food and alcohol, tobacco, drugs to meet their needs, but also luxury items. For instance, Jason might splurge on some jewelry if he's rich enough. Lucia, on the other hand, is the least likely to make luxury purchases without player input. Going further, taking a cab or other public transport comes with a new feature. The skip option, which used to cost more in GTA 5, has been replaced with a sleep option. Your character can now take a nap on the way to their destination. This not only allows you to skip the journey, but also slightly rests your character. But be careful, if you choose to sleep during a journey, there's a chance you might wake up having been robbed in your sleep. When taking girls on dates as Jason in GTA 6, they each have their own likes and dislikes, similar to GTA 4. Some girls might prefer Jason to dress up for the date and might respond negatively if he doesn't, or if he wears the same clothes on multiple dates. They also have preferences for activities, food, vehicles, and music. Most girls will respond negatively to Jason being rude or hostile to others, or them, but some might not mind. So if you're going to play as Jason, remember to be on your best behavior and dress to impress. The game's realism is taken to a whole new level with the introduction of visible sweat. Of course, in GTA, 5 characters also visibly sweat after extended periods of running, but now besides just the visible sweat on their clothes, you'll be able to see droplets forming and dripping down their skin. This feature is not just aesthetic, but also serves as a visual indicator of your character's physical exertion and stress levels. The airport security service in GTA 6 means serious business. If you act suspiciously in an airport, you'll be questioned. Skipping security checks will lead to severe consequences, and if you dare to attempt to steal or hijack an aircraft, be prepared for deadly consequences. And when flying commercially in GTA 6, you'll be viewing the inside of the plane, not the plane itself in third person. The journey doesn't zoom, but you are unable to jump out of the aircraft if you're over the inaccessible land in the center. If you attempt to, you'll see an animation of you flying through the inaccessible area before you exit the aircraft. You can also stand and walk around inside the aircraft, interact with the environment, and even enjoy a drink at the bar or sneak into a different class. And if you're rich enough to have your private jet, living the high life also means having a staff to take care of your residents. You can employ butlers, chefs, maids, and other household staff at your home. Each home will need unique staff. Whether it's a luxurious mansion or a modest apartment, you can customize your living experience to suit your character's lifestyle. The last one in this video, and in my opinion one of the most important ones, Rockstar Games has big plans for GTA 6 post-launch. They're planning 2 single-player DLCs to expand the game's story. In one DLC, you'll play as Tony Prince, a character struggling with drug addiction during the same timeline as GTA 6. In the other one, you'll play as Ramon, a member of the Vice City Vegas gang who's fresh out of a 15-year stretch in prison. Ramon is trying to adjust from life as a shot caller to a new generation of gangbangers who have no respect for him. This story occurs slightly before the events of GTA 6, but it's important to remember to take all of this information with a grain of salt. While these features are based on leaks and rumors as of September 2022, the final version of GTA 6 may look quite different. Game development is a complex and fluid process, and developers often make significant changes before the final release. A prime example of this is Rockstar's initial plans for GTA 5. They had planned to release single-player DLCs for the game, but after the massive success of GTA Online, they shifted their focus to the multiplayer mode. So, while we've heard about plans for single-player DLCs for GTA 6, it's important to remember that planning is one thing, and implementing is another. This is not the first time that a Grand Theft Auto game has seen significant changes before its release. For instance, GTA 3 was edited before its release due to the tragic World Trade Center attack. Certain elements of the game that were deemed too sensitive or inappropriate in the wake of the tragedy were altered or removed. So, while we're all excited about the potential features and developments in GTA 6, it's crucial to keep in mind that the final game may differ from what we currently know. Regardless, we can be sure that Rockstar Games will deliver an engaging and immersive experience that lives up to the Grand Theft Auto legacy. Before we wrap up, I want to thank all my patrons for supporting my work. Next video with even more features is coming soon, so hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified about my next videos. Thanks for watching till the end, have a great day everyone, and see you in the next one.